as the room fill up. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let friends or neighbors know where to go when it's time.
Ready? Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
But now
it's here.
It's here. Cowboys Jerry Jones gives high grades to Mike McCarthy and Mike Zimmer. Yup. They really said it. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation's groove? Come on with it. Alright, Mama said there'll be days just like this. Alright. I'm back, baby! Can't stop a tank with no key. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, and what? Alright. Come on with it. Come on with it. Rex! I've been down, Rex! Getting too old for this shit, Rex!
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Alright. Come on. Alright. Yeah. Shit. Alright. Alright. Woo! I'm about 82% right now. About 82%. I had the flu gazy. Jeez. 104.5 was my fever or my temperature on game day, and I was pissed. I was like, what the hell is going on? And bedridden until today. It's my first day up, so I'm gonna try to give you guys as much energy I still got, but you know, I had to kick into reserve, had to do a lot of berries and water and substance that sedatives that make you sleepy. But we are here, and I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and being part and rocking with the nation. I know we got to play catch up now. I think that the day that I left off was the Trevon Diggs storyline for your mind. Trevon Diggs will be out for 8 months. 8 months. 8 months. That's a long time. That's a long time. Now that's longer than Jay Leno's chin, you know. and put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. You know, my voice may be a little bit deeper today than any other day. That's the good thing about when you get a little raspy here, you know. Trevon Diggs, now this is longer than Jay Leno's chin. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm looking at this as if though he's not going to play next year. And hear me out. I think that what's caused this problem before is the simple fact that they rushed him to get out there. You see, when you have an ACL, you got to slowly integrate. But he was already out there a little too soon. Let me repeat. He was out there a little bit too soon. And when I was banging on the table, hey, the Cowboys should, the operative word, should go out there and grab a veteran guy. Not because we only want that to match up with Trevon Diggs, but I was saying that because you really want to slow pace Trevon Diggs so that he can fully recover. And those are the things that we got from Trevon Diggs is because of the fact that they rushed him, right? And then the football guy said, you know what, since y'all going to rush him, we're going to also hurt Bland. And Bland got hurt. So going into the 2025 season, the Cowboys the operative word should take their time and operate as if though Trevon Diggs will not be here. I know they paid a lot of money, right? I think it's a $109 million contract. Don't worry about him. Let him heal completely and then get him out there. Matter of fact, let him heal completely. I don't want to see him in September. Let Trevon Diggs don't see the field until October or something like that. November Diggs in the chat. That's what we need to be seeing over here, Yeah. So we should have gotten Stephon Gilmore yet, but it's kind of like trying to put toothpaste back into the tube. It's difficult that way, right? So those are things that we have to solidify with this particular team. Also, with that being said, we have two other guys that I want to talk about. One being Micah Parsons' trade situation, which that was kind of dismissed on my absence here. But, hey, it is what it is. Let's go with this particular look and venture right here.
One of the things I love about...
All right, there. Dang, hit the wrong button. Here we go. Let's talk about CeeDee Lamb right quick, Dan. My guy had a great point.
Every elite receiver should have to go without their top quarterback for at least one stretch in their career, just to see what they're truly made of, and CeeDee Lamb is passing every single one of those tests. Quietly, he's having one of the best seasons for any receiver in the league right now, and I don't think it should go unnoticed. One of the things I love about CeeDee Lamb is how he makes everything look easy. He's so fluid, he's so smooth, it's like a Paul George mixtape. Put some Erykah Badu behind his highlight tape, and it'll go viral. I want to have a conversation with the Panthers DC and talk about whose idea it was to leave Jordan Fuller, a safety, one-on-one with CeeDee Lamb, one of the best route runners in the league, without safety help. I understand you're blitzing, but Rico Dowdle picks up the blitz. CeeDee Lamb recognizes an outside leverage, needs Jordan Fuller to bite on an in-breaker, does exactly that with a step inside, breaks outside. Cooper Rush hits him right on the break. CeeDee Lamb does a nice job of adjusting to this ball midair and hauling it in for a 20-yard gain. He's got great body control and great hands. It makes him a really good weapon for adjusting to poorly underthrown balls, which is nice when you're missing your star quarterback. Once again, the Panthers DC just must have left his playbook at home today, leaving CeeDee Lamb one-on-one with Jordan Fuller. Simple fade route from CeeDee Lamb, stutter steps, breaks to the outside, nothing too complicated. Cooper Rush throws it up, recognizes the mismatch, but it's a little underthrown, so CeeDee Lamb's going to have to adjust, flip his hips, break down, almost dive backwards to the ball, adjust his hands to where the ball is.
That's dope right there. Being able to control, body control is everything. Being able to make the adjustments while the ball is in air. Back shoulder fade balls are pretty much unstoppable. The only way you can stop a back shoulder fade if you win off the LOS. So where Cooper put it at is only CeeDee Lamb or the outer boundary can catch it. So that is pretty a good, by the way. But even though it's still a poorly thrown ball, shout out to CeeDee Lamb for being able to capture that.
Going to be scoop it in with a great catch and a touchdown. It should not be undersold just how difficult this catch is. The amount of concentration and body control you need to make this, it is not as easy as he makes it look. Jamar Chase is having a great season. Justin Jefferson is still Justin Jefferson. Nico Collins has been on a tear, but CeeDee Lamb is still a top 3 receiver in the league.
No doubt. So shout out to him and for that crazy good information. But now it's time for us to talk about good old Jerry Wayne and things, because Jerry was talking about the simple facts of this particular team in general. And let me pull that up and let's talk about this high grade remarks and these sorts of things. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and listen to this right here.
Again, like I say, some adjustments.
Let me know if y'all can hear audio.
This was a question that came up in our personnel coaches meeting that we have usually after every ball game, and it came up yesterday. And Rico and his success relative to how we're blocking them. We're blocking them different. We're blocking it up different. Our quarterback is really, as I said earlier, our quarterback is really helping our running game by helping identify what we need to do when we get to the line of scrimmage. But we've made, again, like I say, some adjustments. But we've also see the very best of what Rico does the best. He can hit those soft spots, and he hits it violently. But it's a combination of things. And then you've got to be able Rush really reads quickly. He makes real quick reads out there. And he makes quick reads after the ball is snapped, of course, as well. And those are giving us some plays. I know a lot of people say, well, but I think his accuracy could use some improvement. And, of course, there's always room for improvement in anybody. But a combination of things, not only blocking it up, but of, let's say, giving them the ball. All of those things are making that running game go, not to take anything away from Rico. Rico's issue has been his availability. He's been outstanding. He's got about as much explosiveness when he picks a spot. He's got as much explosiveness as anybody we've seen, and we saw that last year, and we've seen it the year before. We just didn't avail ourselves of it because of some of his availability.
Jerry.
All right, so there was the Carolina Panthers, though, by the way, and they were the 32nd ranked defense, 32nd ranked or 30th ranked offense, by the way. Bengals, when we played them, they had the 28th ranked defense. I'm not trying to take away any of the things that we've been doing in these last few days, but we shouldn't be looking at this saying that, for what we've seen, that this is enough. And I'm not being Debbie Downer on any of this stuff. But let's not have a parade for what Rico been doing in these last 3 or 4 days or last 3 or 4 games. But I will say this, though. He is eligible for a nice little contract. I would say maybe a 3-year, $24 million, 4-year, 25, or something like that of that nature. And then you can make sure that you go into this draft and you draft a running back. And let's not get crazy with what Jerry is saying with Cooper Rush, quick release gang, and all of this stuff. He were throwing Madison balls out there, hospital balls and beyond. So we ain't finna get hit up with the wee-woo stuff. And shout out to Cooper Rush. He's doing all what he could or can do as it relates to being a backup quarterback. But let's not get this twisted. So Jerry Jones is literally saying that the reason why Rico is running better is because of Cooper Rush. And that's crazy, too, to a degree. But let's look at this whole complete picture and the storyline. And we will be tested against the Bucs this week because they ain't ranked in the bottom half of the defenses too, by the way. But let's listen to what he had to say.
Our teammate here at the station, Brian Broaddus, a guy who worked for you for a number of years, he was talking recently, and he had said, "Man, I hate the idea of developing players like Oso Odigizua or Rico Dowdle, and then you have them leave in free agency, and you see some other team reap the rewards of the work that you put in." When you see those guys playing as well as they are, knowing that they're impending free agents, does that thought cross your mind too? Of I would hate to think that this work we've put in to help these guys grow might end up somewhere else.
Well, that's zeroing in, and good. It's a good thing to do. That's zeroing in on the player itself. What goes with leaving is how it fits in your cap and where you are, and that happens. Look at Pollard. Pollard's there with Tennessee, of course. And my point is, welcome to the NFL. You're basically, I was noticing Bill Belichick the other day, and the article was talking about his going to college and going to the collegiate game. And basically it's one of just really rotating players and to a big degree. And he's excited to see how that really fits his idea of how to put a team together. And so I think you're seeing where you're evolving, that you're going to have a lot of movement in players.
Jerry, we've talked a lot about the future of Mike McCarthy this year, and obviously we know Mike Zimmer's also got an expiring deal. As you evaluate their performance down the stretch, do you view McCarthy and Zimmer as kind of tied together?
Well, in a way I do, and especially after the last ball games. And but I think you're seeing the best of Mike Zimmer. And maybe, I shouldn't say that. You're beginning to see some of the best, but maybe the best is still ahead of us. But he's been real impressive now, putting that defense together with the attrition that we've had with availability with our players. So I give him that. Mike, I don't know how you cannot say that his team has shown that they'll handle adversity, and he can get you there with the injury situation impacting the availability of those players. I hate to keep repeating that, but it's so obvious, and yet have that team playing at the level it's playing. So, yeah, I give them both high grades this year.
Jerry Jones, brought to you by your North Texas Ford.
They give them high grades. So, what is the Lions record? Can somebody put the Lions record in the chat? What's the Lions record is? And also put down how many people they got on IR. Injury is part of the game. Two different situations though, but they're 12-2 and they got over 16 people that's on injury reserve. 16 people on injury reserve or something of that nature. They 12-2, Willie T, or 11-2. So, and can y'all verify how many people do they have with injuries? I think 18. Corey says 18. So, what I'm saying and what I'm getting at is injuries are part of the game. Situations and scenarios are part of the game, right? So let's just be for sure that this is the situation and scenario that we all have to consider here, ladies and gentlemen. 21. Shoot, now you read, shit. I don't think it's 21 though. Jeez, but they have a lot of folks that's hurt, and day in and day out, they still putting up something. Now, it's the GM fault when injuries kills your season. Ice Wall Cowboy, yeah, because you're supposed to be able to make the necessary adjustments. You're supposed to be able to see things through and make sure that things are equipped enough. Now, it's not an element of surprise that when you look at this offensive line and how they are operating, a whole lot better since we did move some pieces around. Granted, we seen Brock Hoffman, TJ Bass being able to be some road graders out there to get things going. We do like that aspect out of that. Rico, like I said, to a degree, he is playing phenomenal, but you got to quantify the teams and the type of kinds of caliber teams we went up against. Law, they got 22 on IR. God, dog, boy, that's a lot. Good Lord. Jeez. Let me put my... Damn. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. So...
Dealers, Ford is the best in Texas. I don't know how many times in our 15 years we've had you react to Stephen Jones headlines. So it's Stephen in the news over the past week. We'd love to get your comment on, number one, Stephen suggesting that this upcoming offseason, Jerry, could be a little bit tight with the budget as last offseason was. Could you just address and comment on that?
Hit Paul Victor.
Hit Paul. Hold on, I got to switch you. I need to get YouTube Prime, man. Come on. Come on, here you go.
Well, I think that I'm going to say that all seasons, when you're rolling with the expense that you have at the quarterback position, and I'm not just talking about the Cowboys, I'm talking about all teams. When you've made that kind of commitment, it's different than when you're dealing with a period of time when your quarterback isn't one of the higher paid players. And that's, I'm doing this generically. I'm not doing it for Steven or doing it for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm doing it generically.
Yeah.
Anybody that is paying the premium price for the quarterback
Lord
has got some tightness and some frugality involved in their salary cap, period.
Hey. Let me just say this, though. My apologies to pre-clapper to all of the Josh Allen slanders that I gave over the past years or what have you. Josh Allen him, dog. You know, shit. Josh Allen, he's out there slinging that rock. I'm sitting here laid down. I'm looking over. I'm sitting here like, God damn. Josh Allen him, y'all. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball with any angle. He's limiting his interception targets or what have you. And of course they do have a run game. I'm not going to take away that. But Josh Allen, man, Josh Allen, he should get the MVP this year. Josh Allen been throwing and handling and taking care of business over there in Bills land, and he's balling. And there ain't no way we can sit back and say, nah, it's because of this and that, because he primarily they got rid of Trevon Diggs, they got rid of some of his targets there. And he's able to still find ways. Shout out to Keon Coleman, but let's be real. In number 10 and the Knots kid or what have you, but Josh Allen been taking care of business.
That's the system, and can that be done and successfully and really done in a way that gives you every bit the chance to go to the Super Bowl?
Hey man, my guy said that's big of you, but now I apologize to the LSU slander. Nah. Oh my gosh, man. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. But let's be real. Allen been balling. You know, I can't see any faults in his game right now. You know, he's on that pace of, like, let me say this. He's on that Elway prime pace right now, if I can say that freely. You know, not saying that he's John Elway, but that's who he remind me of, like a younger version of Elway, but bigger and even stronger. You know, if I can say that without y'all trying to shank me with the butter knife. But
that others have, absolutely it can be, and but it's just done with the recognition that. You've got to make that work. We've really laid it in to at least two of our players this year, and I wouldn't redo that if I could redo it 1,000 times, because between Lamb and Prescott, we've got two cornerstones of how we're going to be playing ball over the next 4 or 5 years. That's a good thing, and I'm excited about it. But it's going to cause us to have to be real good managers as we go forward.
So, Jerry, I'm fully admitting this is way above my head. I can't do the math. I don't pretend to understand the math. But different capologists on social media and out there that follow football say, well, the Cowboys can just flip the switches. You flip Dak, you flip Lamb, you got $100 million to spend. All you got to do is flip the switches. What do you say to those mathematicians?
And just so y'all know, I ain't lying to kick it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't lying to kick it. You know, his interceptions are extremely down this year. Yeah. He have 25. I'm just putting this out there. Josh Allen have 25 touchdowns passing, 11 rushing, to 5 interceptions on the ground. So, 5 interceptions, and he's already had 3,395 yards in the air. So, I can't hate the man right here. You know what I'm saying? I can't hate the facts right now. Josh Allen been doing his thing. He's been protecting the ball. Now it could be the coordinator and everything and how that's working. But before, and that's my only point. I ain't finna bring up no more Josh Allen, by the way. No more Joshua Allen. Let's get to this point right here, what he's about to say about flipping the money around and being able to free up some cap space and these sorts of things. It's low key that they are leading the witness. They are buttering up for Jerry Jones. They are brown nosing right now. I can feel the brown nosing that they are doing. They are brown nosing these two guys, and Bobby Belt, he's my dog. You know what I'm saying? He's my guy. You know. But they are brown nosing. They nose right now. These two boys, they might be the Caucasian, but they nose darker than mine right now. their nose are darker than mine of what they're about to do and what they're doing. But that's just okay. That's okay. I understand. I get it.
Nothing. I agree. Flip the switches, and you got what you got, but you can't. You got a limit as to the availability of the under the cap when you flip those switches.
Yeah.
I got, and I know I'm taking liberty with your flip the switch comment, which I'm not opposed to that type of definition, but still, you make your choices. Well, I think they're saying the same thing. You make choices, and you see how you're going to manage your cap when you've. It's a different management when you've got the higher-priced player at quarterback.
Jerry Jones here on the Fan. Steven also said, look, we with NFL Network, Ian Rappaport, we got to have a conversation about how much you pay some of these top, 5 to 10 players. Some took that as a slight towards Micah since he's theoretically the next one up. Can you comment on what Steven had to say about that top-heavy spending, and particularly Micah Parsons, who said he wants to stay here no matter what?
He did not in any way say that Micah Parsons was at issue looking ahead at the future at all. He did not say that. And by the way, I didn't hear what he said, or I have not read what he said, but I know he didn't say that, because that's never been uttered in this organization, that we don't have a future with Micah Parsons.
Jerry, Micah talks about his great relationship with you, and he goes, about my contract, 40, 30, I don't see a big difference. My agent may not want to hear that. Is that music to your ears for negotiating purposes? 30 is no different from 40?
Video creator? Go to Artlist.io and get 10% off the Max plan. Save on everything you need.
The music to my ears is, first of all, when I've heard Micah criticize.
Wait. My agent may not want to hear that. Is that music to your ears for negotiating purposes? 30 is no different from 40?
Listen, the music to my ears is, first of all, when I've heard Micah criticize for anything he might have said or how he expressed himself. And when I ask about it, I've never been critical of it. Anybody that's the war daddy he is, and anybody that puts it out like he puts it out every time, that's trite to take anything or comment negatively about anything he's saying. Obviously, he is highly visible and says a lot. And when you say a lot, take it from somebody who says a lot. Okay, then that gives a lot of fodder. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's real interesting that he could be the player that he is and have the views that he has. I'll be very candid with you. If I were a fan, I'd listen to what Micah Parsons got to say, because it's real informative, and he enjoys the heartbeat of the team, and because he is, in a way, a major part of the heartbeat of the team.
Well, Jerry, since you said that, I got excited when I heard Micah say yesterday, I expect us to be big free agent players. So should we listen closely to that since you just suggested it?
Those generic things.
That means there's a lot of bull sugar, man. I haven't heard this interview all the way, so if I know I chuckled and he chuckled at the same time, that means that none of that stuff is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. That means none of this stuff is going to happen.
How do you you define big free agent players? How do you define that? Numbers, financial, but even your capologists that you're talking about, I'm sure will tell you that every team has its limit, and how you spend that around, if you're fortunate enough to have some guys that aren't in free agency that you are paying, the cap does not distinguish. Well, you get to pay your own players, plus you get to have what everybody else has got in free agency, including the ones that aren't playing their own players. Well, that's complete BS, and not to be cynical about it, but it's pretty easy for everybody. Everybody gets up everybody understands the amount of money they have in their bank account and what they want or what they might owe. Everybody gets that. And under the rules, you have to spend within that. If you go outside of it, they don't even ask. They just take the player at the bottom and they start cutting them up for you all the way up the ladder until they get to the room where you're no longer over the cap. So it's a very bright line.
Cowboys owner and GM Jerry Jones joining us here on 105 through the Fan. Jerry, Trevon Diggs was shut down for the year. He's going to undergo knee surgery. Clarence Hill reported over the weekend that the team was unhappy with the way Diggs attacked his ACL rehab last year and into his offseason. What are your thoughts on that report?
Again, you wouldn't have anybody in our organization ever, not the ones that know anything about his rehab, and not everybody knows that. But you wouldn't have anybody make that kind of comment. I can assure you that nobody from within the Cowboys said that.
Jerry, how are you feeling about Trevon's timeline? Is it just way too early? Or are you thinking training camp or start a season for a return?
Well, again, I could not in any way that rehab and the time connected with the rehab can be really dramatically different for each player, and with the same injury. And so you're pretty. You obviously can see, and I can, that he's out for the season. But when he return next year, would be the same circumstances in trying to predict when Overshown would be back. These injuries in late season. When you've got this season that, for all practical purposes, begins really in camp the following year, a lot of these injuries are, by definition, year-long rehabbed recovery length. And so you can do the math. That pushes it into the year.
All right, Jerry, last one. I want to finish up with a final taste of that Carolina victory.
All right, so that was the end of that. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan for that information there. I used to doubt Clarence Hill resources, but in these last few months, I've been working with him on a few things. The brother be on it, man, and he had no reason to lie to kick it, right? And I've seen with my natural eyes him picking up the phone, talking to the agents, and even blessed me with a chance to talk to an agent or what have you. And I'm going to tell you, man, if Clarence Hill saying it, you got about a 99.99% chance of it being right. And Jerry Jones right now probably shut the phone off and call Clarence up and hit him with the, hey, man, what's going on, bro? So I'm quite sure Clarence was right on the money with it, right? He had no reason to lie, you know. He don't know how to do this, you know. He don't know how to create a YouTube page or Instagram or a Twitter page or what have you. He's an old man Clarence, so he's right with it, you know. I don't think DLLS would benefit from him lying to kick it, right? He ain't out there for the fame. Clarence is Clarence, so I'm quite sure there's truth to that storyline that Jerry Jones were not happy or pleased with his recovery time and his situation there. So yeah, they probably were not pleased with his recovery stipulations last year and these sorts of things. But just to pick up this right here, let's listen to Micah Parsons.
Like I said, y'all know I'm going to be a Cowboys for life. We're going to figure out a way for me to be a Cowboy for life. And I think, you know, Jay and Steven see it that way too. So I'm going to be real excited, at the end of this year. I hope the fans are going to be excited because I think it's going to be a great offseason. I do think we're going to attack free agency. I think it's going to be a great year, because I think we got the pieces, man. I get guys is going to – like, to me, I look at it like the reason why we want to finish this year so good And we're already missing starters, and some of those starters we're not going to get back to the end of next year. So if we could finish good and keep playing great defense now, imagine towards next year when we're not, 6-8, and we're 9-5 or 10-6, whatever the record is, right? Imagine we're that record and we're saying, hey, we're still about to get Trevon back. Hey, we're still about to get Demo back. And all those guys got all those good reps and that experience. And now you combine with those really good guys that's coming back who played so well with guys who's been working and grinding and are, have the same values and commitment to this team. And you say, yo, we're going to be really good come playoffs. We're really going to start clicking. So it's going to be a super exciting year. That's why I say Cowboys Nation, it look bad right now and we turning it up, but it's about to go to a whole nother level. So I hope y'all really, pay attention and y'all wake up because it's about to get real exciting. So, Cowboys Nation, y'all better wake up real fast.
All right. What is a philosophy or a principle? People do what they want to do, by the way. But what's a philosophy and a principle? Because the Cowboys got a finite philosophy or principle, and they would not go against that particular philosophy and principle. Because under consideration, remember what Jerry Jones said, through the capologist, is that, now Bear 24, I do agree. Law, we don't need 10 free agents. We need 2 or 3, right? But let's hear this out. Come on with it. And appreciate you. Let me get a first super chat for the day. Appreciate you, man, for help growing the nation. If Dallas would have beaten the Cincinnati, it would have been deserving a contract extension, at least one more year. You talking about for Mike McCarthy or Mike Zim, right? But they graded them boys high, and Warrior kind of wet the bed with that. That's a whole nother situation there. But what's a philosophy and a principle is this right here, ladies and gentlemen, that them going out and saying that they making moves in free agency is different from what we may see. Y'all get what I'm saying? Let me say this. Going out and getting, say it with me, a James Washington was a good move for them, right? They said, hey, we made some move. Look at James Washington. Hey, he will be able to stand in the gaps and be this replacement and help alleviate some things that we may see down the stretch. So, we might miss Amari Cooper, but don't worry. Don't fret. We got a James Washington. He was an offseason acquisition for us, So the Cowboys, even though we may bang the table and say, hey, we need guys, we need players, they're going to go out and they're going to find bottom tier guys. They're not going to go out there and get the creme de la creme because under their principle, under their philosophy, they believe if you pay a free agent player, by the way, they look at it that in the free agent market, you play C players as they B players, play B players as they A players, right? And that's why they say that they would rather go into this draft first. Other teams, they look at it like, wow, I know I got the draft, but it's so creative that the free agent period opens up before the draft. They give you a shot at it before the draft. So Micah, he may have all of the wits and say, yeah, we're going to make some movements. And I'm not being Debbie Downer, right? But what I'm saying is that the Cowboys have a principle and a philosophy that they live up to. Law, in your opinion, has Osa played himself into a big contract this offseason? Yeah. to the point I made a video that they should have signed Osa last year. But what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you wait to the end of life of a contract? Woo! Boy, y'all waking me up today, baby. Boy, I didn't get a chance to talk to nobody in these last 2 days and a half. Shoot. Y'all waking me up. Yeah. Beckham, Odell Beckham. Yeah. And don't forget about the UFL law. Yeah, Rico. Yeah. So, yeah, we need to play spoilers. But before we go any further, I just want to be able to shout out to the sponsors of this particular video today. Underdog, be sure to use Underdog promo code LAW. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you use Underdog. One of the bigger apps out here to use is the Underdog Fantasy app. You can control who you go with higher or lower with your selections here, like they have right here. Bo Nix with 225 yards, you can go higher. And then with Justin J. Herb, you can go higher with that. And then you can accept these type of things and play it that way. And it's always good because they also have the flex play, make 3+ picks, and you can win if you miss one or two. You're not one of them. So I always go with at least 4 or 5 picks so I can at least strengthen my odds, and then you can play with the flex side of it. But I appreciate you guys. Be sure to download Underdog. Use promo code LAW, and they will match up to $100 on your first deposit. But you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and claim your 50% bonus match. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's pick out Underdogs and use promo code LAW, and you can support the nation. All of the information is in the description box. That's how you can support the nation on helping me grow as we get bigger and better down the stretch. I appreciate y'all so much for your support. But before we go a little bit further into this, I like Brian Baldinger. He did a video breakdown of my guy Micah Parsons. Let's listen to him right quick then.
Good things happen to this Cowboy defense when Micah Parsons gets the quarterback being chased. Change directions right here, and now he's going to get after Bryce Young. All right, Bryce Young's out here, and here comes the MPP. Now when he stops and he spins right here, that turns it into Leafal right here, who gets the ball out. All right? Good things happen when Micah Parsons is on the chase. Like you watch the inside charge right here. Bam. Once he comes right here, now Bryce Young is like a little frozen. Here comes Golston with the sack. All right? It starts with 11. Here he is coming off here. Swipe. Bryce Young gets decapitated right there. I think they were laughing about it after the game, perhaps. But here it is. Like he's coming inside, now Bryce Young's on the move. Now he's being chased. Odigizua, they're all getting after him. Just a weak throw right there on the outside. But it does start with Micah's ability just to change the quarterback's perspective right here. Like the back is coming to chip him. But he's going to, now once the chase is on, no quarterback's getting away from him. Nobody's getting away from the Lion right there. Looked like the ball came out, but he was down. All right? But that's how this thing starts. It starts with the chase from the Hungry Lion.
No doubt, man. Great film assessments of Micah Parsons. It's crazy that some people want to get rid of him, right? But I would say he should be here to stay, and he's a damn good player for this particular team. And, we can only hope for the best for him. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. All right, so with that being said, let's do this right here. We talked about that. They 8-6, Tampa Bay. Offense ranked 8th, special teams 15th, 21st in defense. They are a hot and cold team. They do a lot of creativity on the offensive side of the coin. The defense may be ranked 21st, but sometimes, we can look back at some of the games. They do have some creativity with that particular aspect of it. And let me pull up our Cowboys and see where we are at now, as far as where we are in rankings here. Dallas Cowboys, 28th in offense, 26th in defense, special teams 7th, 12th, I meant to say. Granted, of Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim coming back for the 2025 season, because it seems more prevalent that these guys will come back. How do you guys feel about that on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you guys feel about Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim coming back for the 2025 season? How do you guys feel about that before we go any further? How do you guys feel about those boys coming back for another year? Yep.
The tweets and like repost them. Oh, you're telling on yourself if you think the Cowboys are going to win this game. The Panthers have been playing well. I don't care if you're playing well and losing, folks. At some point, you got to win. Oh, we only lost by 3. You still lost. We only lost by 7. You still lost. You got to show me you got the winning DNA. The Cowboys still got something to play for, and I never believed some win in their DNA. I never believed the Panthers were going to beat the Cowboys. Yeah, I never believed it.
I hear you there too, and I don't know why the people are not watching the Cowboys lately to go, wait, guys, they should have beat the Bengals. Yeah. They've been playing good football. They beat Washington. Cooper Rush has played well. They can run the ball, and Micah Parsons, as we're seeing, when he's healthy, nobody jumps off the screen like Micah Parsons.
All right, Jets beat the Jaguars 32.
So let me see what you guys got here. I like it personally. Shout out to you, Sadiq. Dallas need change. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Sugar Daddy got 10. Zim is cool, but Mike is up in the air to me. Okay. We need changes. Okay. Reading everything we got here. Brandy, no. Okay. All right. Toxic Tom says, first we had Garrett era. Now are we in the fat Garrett era? Yeah. Rex! Zim, yes. Both mics can go. New play caller. I'll give them 8. Okay. So, basically, you guys are going to look into this and say to yourselves, all right, cool, bring Big Mike back based off of the conversations that we have. Personally, you guys feel as if, though, injuries played a major role in this and you want to give it a shot, whereas none of these guys stayed hurt or what have you. So, Zim, yes, but a new play caller, yes. Okay, all right, I get you. Personally, I hate it. Shows we are okay or staying mid. This is for my guy Toxic Tom. Mike McCarthy like 2 scoops of raisins on a potato salad. Oh my gosh, putting them damn raisins on a potato salad. Oh my goodness. Zim should stay. Mike can stay, but play calling, yeah. Let me go with this right here. And normally we would have a faster segue into this, but since I haven't been live in a long time, and it feels like forever, but it's only been 2 days. Call my phone, hit my line, only ones who down for 657-390-7391. Hotline brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. From the 469, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Underdog. Talk to me.
Hey, good morning, everybody. The preacher had my lovely Cowboys, and
well, we have a bad connection, Pastor Tim. You got to go telling on the mountain, over the hills. You got to go over the hills. You know what I'm saying? Let me get on there. Yeah. You got to go tell it on the mountain. Yeah. You got to go tell it. You know, come on.
I got to tell it. Tell it on the mountain. I know
that's
right.
Yeah. You got bad connection.
If you have faith, you can move mountains.
Mm-hmm. You probably had to get to the tip of that mountain so you can get better connection.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta believe. You gotta believe.
Yeah. Now what you got now? I can hear you better.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll tell you, man. That team starting out, you just gotta come in the next game,
right,
and start off fresh again.
Right.
So we group in that locker room, talk to one another, encourage one another, and when you get out there, you make sure everybody on the same page, the right page. And it takes the team to put in an effort. It takes a team to put in work to have that focus. And so you have to have the focus to learn and say, you know what? I got my teammates with me. I got my brother with me. So we have to learn to fight and fight with the sword and the shield. So we have it. We have the weapons. We have the weapons. It's the big game.
All right, in closing. Yeah, in closing.
Okay. And I'm telling you right now, love my Cowboys.
Right.
They're saying, go Cowboys, and hallelujah, and how about them Cowboys? Roll Tide.
All right, roll Tide, dog. Appreciate you, man. All right, that's Pastor Tim. All right, I got my guy, Fogel. What's good, man, for the 402?
You're good. You got your health back. That's a beautiful thing.
Man, I was stumbling, and I'm still stumbling. I'm about at 82, 83% right now, but I can make it. Go ahead.
I hear you. I had a meeting at the church, and then everybody was talking. I said, "Man, I gotta go watch the Cowboys play at noon. I gotta go do this thing." And looking around, but it was all right. We got the win, and that feels good. CD playing through it, so we like to see CDs come through. And
facts.
There was a lot of talk about, is he diva this, and now the 4-letter and 3-letter networks love to have the AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts don't like each other. You seen that?
Right.
Trouble in paradise, huh?
It is, man. But right now, I think the Eagles probably didn't hit the perfect storm. If the damn Detroit Lions don't get back, you know what I'm saying? It could be one of those situations. Whereas I think the Bucks got the Eagles number right, but we're gonna have to rely on the Vikings to do something. So it's slim out here, bro. And I hate to root for Green Bay, but that's where we at right now.
I like what Jordan Love did. He said, "Look, man, I spent 3 years behind ayahuasca Aaron, and I chopped up the Cowboys in Dallas. You need to pay me." So he stood on business. I got love for him. That's fine. He's doing it with 9 different receivers and stuff. But speaking of receivers, I just want to come back on this. I think it is Zim has to stay for the DC. Because that's like Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. If Micah Parsons is gonna be Obi-Wan Kenobi, then we can't go messing around and get another defensive coordinator. So Zim's in his bag. He's got to stay. Boss Cowboy's been just making the case, put it all out there last night.
He did.
And I think for me, that for Mike McCarthy, then I think it's Dak's call. Just you were talking about it last year. It's like you want to give Dak, but give him the keys, let him drive. Don't be a backseat driver. So it's like you paid him. He's $60 million man. Let him pick his offensive coordinator. If he wants to bring Mike back, fine. If he wants Cliff Kingsbury, fine. If he wants Bieniemy, fine. If he wants call somebody from Jackson or Mississippi State to come by, go ahead. Whatever you want to do, Dak, you're running the show. I think that's on McCarthy. What do you think about that?
Well,
for me, it's still Al Harris. It's Al Harris, and then you can make.
But the thing is, man, I like Dak, but he's a yes man as well, and he ain't gonna push the envelope of this and that. He ain't gonna push that, So
all right.
So my thing is, if he's gonna yes it, then it's gonna be Mike McCarthy, and it's gonna be Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott. And we can hope that Zim in the second year, because normally, historically speaking, Fogel.
Yeah.
Historically speaking, Zim, first years as it relates to defensive coordinations, he always struggled. But the second year and the third year, man, his defense go crazy. So, yeah. Go ahead.
He ain't struggling this year.
Yeah. So you add those two. Well, to a degree, our defense struggled to a degree, but we saw some growth aspects in this defense. So yeah. So if you can do that, then let's get it, bro, and let's bring this season back.
And then the last question is, I think then that turns the attention to the draft, and I think we got to ask ourselves: are we team wide receiver or team running back for the first round pick? My guy is Luther Burden III. So Luke LB3, pair it with CD, has a good ring to it. That's what I got, Law.
No, yeah, come on with it, bro. Appreciate you, man. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? That's Fargo, man, from the 402. Yeah, and I hope that you guys don't get mad at me for telling the truth. You know, that's who Dak Prescott is. He's not going to rock the boat. He's not going to hold out. He's not going to talk bad about the organization and franchise. He may say some slick stuff on the side, but he ain't finna be pounding the table saying these are the things that I need. And that's just what it is. You got to take face value for what it is. If it was up to Dak, we'd still have Jason Garrett and Kellen Moore here. True story, right hand to the man. We would still have Jason Garrett and Kellen Moore, you know. So it's going to be up to the decisions of Jerry Jones on who they would like to have as their play caller or coordinator and these sorts of things. So that's just for what it is. There's no hate, there's no shade at Dak Prescott, but it's just for what it is. And he just need to tell him what he want, you know. But at the end of the day, yeah, Jay Business is company, man. You nothing wrong with that, you know. Yeah. There was a movie that I watched several years ago called Family Man. I think that the guy that played in it was the same guy that played in Gone in 60 Seconds. I forgot his name. Really good movie. And he had to split his life into two separate pathways. But on one end, he was a family man. On the other end, he was just screwed, like he was this business guy. I forgot his name. But y'all looked at Nicolas Cage. Look up that movie, Family Man. And Dak Prescott is the guy that's the family man part. You know what I'm saying? He's not the other guy that's a cutthroat guy. Nicolas Cage. It's a really good movie. It's a good family movie. I think it should falls in lines of a Christmas movie. But I got from the 769, what's on your mind? Talk to me.
Good morning. How you doing?
Man, I had better days, but man, I'm here. Talk to me.
I'm glad you feel a little better.
Yeah. Yeah, just appreciate you.
I just think we bring in a new offensive coordinator to go along with Mike, and I'd say give Zim another chance. And for all the ones out there crying about Michael, man, why would y'all want Michael to leave?
Man, you know, I don't know why people want Micah Parsons to leave, because you know the antics of him having a podcast or the way he's friendly. But I would say that. Nah, I wouldn't pay attention to it. He gonna be here.
And I was having a conversation with another person. We were saying, you take Michael right now and put Michael on that Tampa Bay defense, I think they can make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Parsons is Parsons, man. Sure, he's a game wrecker. It may not always show up on the stat sheets, but whenever you get pressure, whenever you can be an agitator to a team, just being able to disrupt stuff, yeah, I would take that, you know, but I wouldn't want to trade him. It's better to have him on our side, you know. the whole Lion King. Remember the Lion King when Timon and Pumbaa said maybe we can have him on our side, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, keep him on our side, you know.
And I called you from a different number. This 601. Go JSU, baby.
Go JSU, man. Hey, you saw us, didn't we? We won the championship. We won the Celebration Bowl. Yeah, man, we own it, bro. Sure. Yeah.
All right, I hope you continue to get better.
Yeah, I'm trying, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah. Good call from him. All right, I got from the 206, you in the mix. Talk to me, MJ.
What up, Law Nation?
What's up, bro? What you got?
Hey, man. Hey, I like everybody make good points. Yeah, he need to just be more creative When that running game going, you keep running. Don't get cute and try to throw 40. Because I know, he's cycling us right now. He kind of scared me because he'll come back and have Dak Prescott throwing 50 times. You know what I'm saying? That's what Mike McCarthy do. He's running it because he know the arm.
Right.
So, but when Dak comes, he try to throw 40 times. No, man, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Run that ball like Detroit do, and this line could be killing people. You got to remember, you got that big boy coming back 330 pounds that they have, the rookie. Remember, in the 7th round, that guard tackle we got, the rookie.
Nate Thomas.
He didn't play it. Yeah, the one, he ain't played this. I guess so. Yeah. So you got him coming back. So you still going to have some pieces because everybody's seeing our players. We're going to lose a lot of players. They showing out.
Yeah, we got.
I'm telling y'all.
We got 26, 27 free agents, so yeah, it's gonna be a lot of change in the movable parts. But at this point, see, you see what a difference that a few games make. So now, how do y'all feel about Mike Solari, the third Mike that nobody's talking about? How do y'all feel about him now since they running the ball better?
Well, they're gonna bring him back, but like they say, they need to add a more extra creator play caller with Mike, and don't favorize the receivers. That's why I hate about some sports. They need people better than the guys you're playing, and you keep, that's why we lose. Don't do that, man. Come count. Say, only person, the starter right now is 88. Whatever receiver you get. Everybody else is mano.
Right.
Best route runner, the best playmaker is going to be starting with 88. That's how you do that. And then you add an extra, get you another halfback. It ain't got to be in the first round. Get another dangerous halfback to go with 23 if you keep it. But this guy on his way to 1,000 yards. I told y'all, they was hating on this dude. This dude probably would have about 1,400 yards right now, y'all. They hate it. You saw it when he had 40 yards, 5 for 40, and don't run the ball no more. Don't even touch the ball no more. So that was Mike McCarthy, and I see what everybody's saying. You got to bring McCormick back. He's going to be cheap, 24. Got to bring number 2 back. And then from there, if I was Booth, I'd tell them I want to play safety. He can't play corner. And 21, I'd tell them they should be playing safety because they could tackle.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. You got any words before closing? Yeah.
And that defense going to be good. It's going to get better and better. But the key for me, like I'm saying, I'm getting one of them 3D tackles from Kentucky and them 2 from Michigan. Them boys can play.
Yeah.
D tackles help Micah Parsons.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, man. That's MJ. So I promise y'all, I'm not hating on my boys, but we putting a lot of stock in beating the 32nd ranked overall team. 32nd ranked defense, and everybody, mama and cousin said, look, they played the Eagles hard, man. Shoot, they could have won against the Eagles. All I'm saying is don't put too much stock in beating the damn Panthers like what we did. We did a lot of good stuff. But they the 32nd ranked defense for a reason. Let me say this again. They are the 32nd ranked defense for a reason. I ain't trying to hate on the win because I take the win. But that's proof that it doesn't matter who we beat as long as we win, we going to feel good, man. Shoot. Yeah, they could have rolled my Jackson State out there, and we'd have beat the Jackson State boys, and then they'd be like, yeah, see, look at that Cowboys, boy. Pay Rico, pay Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush better than Dak. I done seen that in the comment. Yeah, but nobody taking under consideration who we been playing in these last 3 or 4 weeks, man. Yeah, and we still was penalized in that game. But let's get back to my guy. I got the 202, and then I got J May. So from the 202, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's going on, love?
No, nothing much, man. No clone, Tyrone. That's what I got you. What's good, bro?
Hey, real talk though, love. between me and you, for real, Jerry needs to be held to the side. And the reason why I'm saying Jerry is because he owns the team. Man,
Bro, I can barely hear you, man. Where you at?
Hello?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay. All right, bet. All right, look. The only way we gonna win is Jerry change his philosophy. Jerry keeps talking about something. He spent money on Prescott. He spent money on CeeDee Lamb. But Prescott is the reason why Prescott is injured because he ain't had no offensive line. The reason why Prescott is injured because he ain't had no running back.
Fact.
The reason Prescott injured because he ain't had a second receiver to throw to. He only got Lamb.
Right.
The reason why Prescott is injured because on the other side of the ball, he don't have a defense that's going to make it favorable for him going forward.
Yeah.
Cowboy fans need to stop getting excited about bum teams that we played.
Come on,
the teams the teams that we played are below us, and we at the bottom of the ranking.
Yeah.
What we need to understand is the more and more we get excited about bum teams we beat, the more and more Jerry feels good about this bum team he puts on the field. And as Cowboy fans, if we are true Cowboy fans, we want our team to be a team. We want our team to look like a team. In order for that to happen, we have to hold this man accountable.
Yeah, let me say this. Okay, so hear me out. And people think I'm hating, and I'm not. I love my team. I don't like this team. So you with me? So I just pulling it up right now because I forgot the other team. We played the Washington team. Guess where they ranked at on defense? 30th, okay? 30th. We played the Bengals. Guess where they ranked? They're 23rd on defense. We played the Carolina Panthers. They're 32nd on defense. And what's the other team? I keep on missing out a team. What's the other team that we played?
The Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
We played the Panthers. We played the
Giants.
Look at this game. The Giants. Yeah, we played the Giants.
Let me pull up the Giants real quick. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead. Keep talking.
These are all bum teams. All of these are bum teams. And the only way we're going to win is if we hold the true person that's accountable for the destruction of this team. The destruction of this team is Jerry Wayne Jones and his son. These are two people that's the problem. Jerry's the GM. You don't know how to pick talent. Point blank, period. It's simple. You're a millionaire. Stay in that realm of being a millionaire. What's the band name that own the Patriots?
So that's Robert Kraft. But here's the Giants being the best team on defense we played in that stretch of games because they're ranked 19th ranked in defense, but they're 29th in offense. So so how much you gonna give credit to Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim to extend these boards because we put up good numbers against teams that's been barely making it on defense. So how much can we really put stock into those particular situations, but keep going.
The way I look at it, Law, is like this. Mike McCarthy you gave Mike McCarthy a team with no ex-receiver, just CeeDee Lamb, and then you gave him a team with no real proven running back, without a line.
Yeah.
How your quarterback it's frustrating because we keep beating the horse. We keep talking about some Mike McCarthy. He's not this play caller. He's this, that, and the third. If you place a team around Mike McCarthy, give him a play coach, give him a running back coach, and let them offer a true offensive coordinator. Okay, true offensive coordinator. Mike McCarthy ain't touching nothing. Give him a true offensive coordinator. Every team in the league has this system. We the only team that's like, in my mind, the way I look at Jerry Jones, he's illiterate to football. He's illiterate to football. Yep. And I love the Cowboys, but we cannot compete under these circumstances. We can't.
Yeah.
And he got to be held accountable. He's the head. You chop the head off the snake gonna fall.
You gonna move a little bit too, though. But
you gonna move a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just in my the way I'm sorry, I don't want to hold you too long. Is my last thing. If Jerry don't do what he's supposed to do, If you what you say you are, the best of this and the best of that, you've been doing this since the 90s and whatever the case may be, sit back and be a millionaire and let the GM build the team.
Yeah.
And if the GM don't build a team within give him 2 years. If you that billionaire boss man like you say you is, get a GM 2 years, goddamn it.
Hell yeah.
Give him 2 years. Give him 2 years and let him build the team. Offense, defense, whatever. Let him build the team.
Let him build the team.
And if the team feels some stop down by the time we get into year 3, then yeah. But right now, Jerry, you ain't making it happen. That's all I got, Lord.
Man,
apologize.
appreciate you, bro. Nah, I love the passion. We need that, bro. We need that. You know, good call from you. Yeah, we need that. And I'm definitely not beating up the fact. Hell, I want to win every game. I don't let my little ones beat me in tic-tac-toe. They be mad. Daddy, you always win. I said, yeah. Because one day you going to win. So, game. You know what I'm saying? Tic-tac-toe. And, I'll be beating the brakes off of them. You know what I'm saying? Connect four, all of them. I win every time. I'm undefeated over here. Connect four, I win every time. Oh, my God. Yes, indeed. You play that Connect four game. Connect, Because one day they're going to beat me. So I ain't letting them win. Nope. I ain't letting you win. Nope. Beat them into submission. So then when she go play somebody else, guess what? She be winning. Yeah. Because I put full court pressure on her. Yes, indeed. So you think I'm gonna let her win? Where they do that at? Life is not fair. This world will chew you up and spit you out. It don't care what kind of degree you got. It don't care how tall or how small or how big you are. Life is definitely not fair. So that's just what it is. And I'm telling her every day, life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. You think I'm grinding and working hard for you to go to this private school, for you to mess up in life? No, I put hard work and time so that you can be further better than me, But life ain't fair, baby. Yeah. So shoot, hey, you gonna get it. You gonna get this lesson, this lesson the hard way. Yeah. And when you realize you beat law, oh yeah, there'll be a day that you really celebrate. But game, tic-tac-toe, Connect Four, and I just bought a deck of Uno cards too, so I'm beating them in every game that possible. Yes, indeed. From the 774, J-May, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Underdog. Talk to me, bro.
Man, at the sake of sounding maybe a little selfish, Law, I have to say, and I can speak for Cowboys family when I say that we'd rather have a 50% Law Nation than 100% of a lot of the other guys out there, man. So just to let you know that's how much you're worth, man, and we appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. I was laid out like Family Guy, man. I tried my best to play it off and try to go live post game, but I was done. I had 104 fever. Try to roll out the bed the next day, couldn't even make it, man. I was in the bed for so long, I had my back still hurt a little bit. So, but I'm up and moving now, man. I'm up and moving now.
You just proved to all of us that you are human, bro. Because at one point I wasn't thinking you were human, man. I didn't know when you slept. I didn't know when you rest. I didn't know when you eat. I didn't know any of that. So you did prove to us that you're human, man. I'm glad you're feeling a little better today, brother.
Man, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man, for checking in on me and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if I can, like I usually do, I'll make a little comment, and if I can, with a question to pick your brain at the end, I'll just let it be. I think I have to piggyback off what the last caller said, man. I'm all about the offensive line.
Right.
And I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid as far as how we've been playing against defenses and the bottom of the league. I have been noticing how Rico's, man, just the way he's been hitting those lines at full speed, we didn't see that in the beginning of the year, man. He's just hitting that line at full speed. I'm not sure if it's him or if it's the old line. So I'm just thinking that, if we can get a nice running back, not trying to change this up to a draft conversation, but at least a decent running back, of all the teams in the league, I think there's only 5 running backs in the league that were picked in the first round. So we know that there's some running backs deeper in the draft. So I'd like to see us go O-line or D-line, you know what I mean, and then maybe pick a running back later on. But that's all I got to say about that. And then as far as me just maybe picking your brain on this, Now, Mike McCarthy, I don't mind Mike McCarthy coming back, but
Right.
Something has to be done with all these penalties, bro. It's not a fluke. I mean, since he's been in with the Cowboys, I really don't count the first year because I believe that was the COVID year. I think I'm not sure. But the first year he was here, 2021, we had 141 penalties for 1,192 yards. 141 penalties. 2022, we were fourth in the league with 113 penalties. Last year, we were third in the league with 121 penalties, and this year, we're not even done yet. We're at 104 penalties. Now, my question to you is that something that coaching can might change that? Is that just something it's a Cowboys way, or is it something that coaches can change up on their own? Because coaches can always learn too. I just don't understand.
Discipline that comes from the coaching. It comes with that, the Cowboys, they're an undisciplined team, and that's not going to change. That's just who they are, and unfortunately, that's just where we are at, and with the Cowboys organization and franchise, because there's no fear on this team.
That's it.
There's no fear of, hey, if I'm offside, right? And how can you be a defensive back and be offside? You know what I'm saying?
We had an offensive line. Yeah, we had a wide receiver. Sorry, not to cut you off. We had a wide receiver that was offside, false start on the. Like you said, DB offsides. Like when he's sitting there standing right in front of the ref, man. I just don't get that, bro.
Yeah. You can't win. You can't expect to win when you are penalized like that. Now I get it. Now some of the subjective calls, right? I would get that like a pass interference or to a degree a holding call here and there. Those are subjective calls. But it's the penalties like offside. It's the penalty like 12 men in the huddle, whether it's offense or defensively on the field and things like that. That those things should be corrected, and solidified. But this team continued to do the same thing. So if you are considering bringing Mike McCarthy back, then considering bringing those penalties back, because that is the nature and the way he works and operate his team.
Sure. Now, are the players not afraid? Are they not afraid of Mike McCarthy, or is it just because they know that Jerry Jones is a player's guy and he drafts his guys, so nothing's gonna happen to his guys? Or
No.
they just don't fear Mike McCarthy?
No, they not afraid of Mike McCarthy. They're not. He's a player's coach, so. And as player coaches can go a long way, there's been times and cases that player coaches have won Super Bowls before. I think of Mike McCarthy in 2010, or Dick Vermeil, I believe he won a Super Bowl. So there's ways whereas you can get player coaches to win you Super Bowls, right? But it's be extremely hard for you to consistently win like that. Because at the end of the day, everything condenses when you get into the postseason.
Right. And I understand penalties are part of the game, you know what I mean? But it's just like when it's us, it's always at the wrong time. So, man, once again, you got your gold, bro. You just spit nothing but knowledge, bro. And I really hope in these next few days that you get better, brother.
Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for jumping in. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Good call from my guy Jay May. Pete Carroll. To a degree, Pete Carroll is a more seasoned coach than a Mike McCarthy, in my opinion. But I would say that Pete Carroll, his demand, his energy is more lively than a Mike McCarthy, even at the longer age of his career, what have you. But to pick around and say, that he's a player coach, I think Pete Carroll is a little bit, more seasoned than a Mike McCarthy. Not to beat up Mike McCarthy, by the way. But let's go to the next caller and get things going from here. I got from the 971. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Oh, what's happening, Lobster? What's happening, Sip?
Not much, bro. One day at a time. Talk to me.
Okay, I see you looking good.
That what she said too.
Man. You got 3 games coming up. We got 3 more games left.
3 more games left into it. Yeah.
Okay. So now you're going to see some good defenses that Cooper Rush will be playing against. Now they're trying to paint the picture like, you know, he's a pretty good quarterback and he's better than Dak and all this. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they hating on my boy Trey Lance. I want to see his development, but there is an issue there. And I'm very upset about this problem. You brought him on for 2 years. You haven't played him, you know, and you've been playing us for the last 2 years eventually. So and I'm confused. I'm not surprised at this because this is games that Jerry plays. Like I said, he likes to get on his shows. He likes to be in front of the media. He is the salesman of the Dallas Cowboys. So this right here is very frustrating. But we know that the games that he's playing. So I either you bring him back, trade back next year, or you get rid of him. The reason why I'm so high on want to play this kid because if he's not the answer, then you can draft your quarterback. We have not saw his talent yet at a high level, and you're making Cooper Rush look really bad for somebody picking him up for next year. I don't think they'll bring him back. He's looking good against really bad teams, well, decent I would say, and it's not confusing and it's not mind-boggling. We know the games you're playing, and so either. And that what rolls over to Dak Prescott. See, what y'all have to understand is these injuries, they are hard to come back from. They're hard to heal from.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of injury they have in his leg, this will there's going to be another issue. He's going to go back. He's going to have a good. He's healing now. He's getting his rehab. He's getting his PT in. He's trying to be. He's pushing himself to come back for next year. But you have to understand, injury after injury after injury. I wish him all well for 25, but there's going to be some more injuries coming down the road with Dak Prescott.
All right, Cleo, Jeff, JP, man. But I get it, and sometimes you have to mourn. Write this down in your mental mind. Sometimes you have to mourn the thoughts of what you think someone is, right? And that is who Trey Lance is. You have to mourn that thought because in the Cowboys' mind, he is not the answer, and they may offer Cooper Rush some type of contract for the foreseeable future.
I got to check you on that.
Well, check me.
That Trey Lance is not.
Is not the answer.
Giving that young man a chance.
And why have you think that they didn't give him the chance?
You tried to come out there and run a bootleg play action with Cooper Rush 4 or 5 times, and you have run 5 throwback screens to CeeDee Lamb, and you running chirping out the backfield. You are awful as an offensive coordinator. You have thrown everybody under the bus, and you have made this young man look like garbage. Like, oh, you want to come out and play us in the media and say he's not the man? Something's going on. No, you can't fool me on your talk shows anymore.
Well, hey, but I'm just telling you for what I heard.
Fool me on.
Yeah.
You can. You put him out there, you let him play. If he's not the answer, then we move on to drafting somebody, bringing somebody in. What you have brought in now have been garbage, and Dak Prescott cannot last forever. You have not come up with a game plan to substitute somebody for Dak Prescott to be a better person than him. And if Trey Lance is not the answer, because Dak, injury after injury after injury, he's not going to make it every year. He's going to have continuous injury with his leg. The legs are the worst thing to play in professional football when you're out there trying to throw bootleg play.
Well, I get you, JP. I get you, JP. But as I talk to sources close to the star, as I talk to those folks, they feel otherwise, you know. And I fought that same fight that you tried to fight for of at least putting Trey Lance out there, and they feel as if though Cooper Rush give the Cowboys a better chance to win, and he's a better thrower of the ball. He's a better
bootleg pass.
Yeah. So that's just what it is. Unfortunately, you know, I think Cooper Rush as a starter here, 7-4 or 8-4 as a starter, something like that. So they are going to give him the extension, and they're going to give him the playing time that's needed. They're going to let Trey take a good little hike onto the open market. I believe so. I could be 1,000,000% wrong, but I got no dog in this fight though.
And if they do that, that's going to be the same thing that we're dealing with now. That's going to be the same thing. I'm not arguing with you about that. If they do that, that's going to be the same thing. So basically what you're telling me is get ready for another awful season again for 25 and nothing to look forward to 26 until we can bring somebody here that can play quarterback. And then I want to move on to the defense because on the secondary, these draft picks, go get you some young corners in the second, and the third and the fourth round. Get you a safety and get you some linebackers.
No doubt.
You cannot win what you got now. These injuries, Diggs, and all these other injuries, and then Overshawn, all these takes about 1.5 years to come back and be completely healthy. You can't rush these players out there on the field because it's not going to work. And the reason why I said it's not going to work, you see right now it's not going to work. You rush Overshawn back, and then you rush Diggs back, and I thought they should have came back in maybe October of this year. Then they would have been completely almost healthy, and then it would have been almost no more issues with them. But now you see the problem. Now go draft you some corners and quit playing with me and quit playing with us as fans because I want to see young talent out there and guys getting to the ball and guys coming up to hit.
No doubt, man. In close, appreciate you.
How you feel about that?
I feel like, hey, go draft you a DB. If not, in this particular situation, I would definitely go find me a veteran DB to match up with Bland since he's going into a contract year, and so that you don't have to rush anything else out there. And let the chips fall where they may, as far as the safeties, but go get you for sure a DB that can help alleviate some of these things. But I appreciate you for calling in, JP.
Hey man, I love you. I stay on my backyard. I'm glad it's popping for you. Hey, Merry Christmas, man. Happy New Year to you.
All those things.
Hey, Brookhaven in the house.
No doubt.
You from McGee? Well, you're not McGee, right? You.
Come on, bro. Natchez, man. Appreciate you, though. Appreciate it. Yeah, good call from you, man. Yeah, that JP, man. I get it. I get the argument, but there's no argument, Yeah, there's no argument with that because of the simple fact it's already been written that Cooper Rush is the second quarterback, right? And they don't see any value in Trey Lance unless Cooper Rush snap up something in the next following weeks and they put Trey Lance out there and all of a sudden things bust wide open. But 9 times out of 10, that won't even happen. Got Mike from the 757. You live on the Nation. Talk to me, bro.
How you doing, Law?
Better than I deserve. What you got, bro?
I feel you on that. I'm just going to kind of push back a little bit on my man JP. This guy off the line about Overshawn's injury.
Overshawn injury was a freak accident, though. Yeah, it was freak accident.
I was about to.
Oh, my bad. I done stole your thunder on that one. My bad, dog. Go ahead.
No, I was talking about from when he got hurt last season in training camp before he even touched the NFL field. I'm gonna say this: there's no way in hell Overshawn was not 100% healthy this season.
Right.
That boy flashes every week.
Yeah.
Number 13, I forgot who number 13 was for a hot moment. Me and my wife sitting down watching the game. I said, this boy 13 is flying.
Yeah.
I said, he got to be the fastest linebacker in the league. Hands down. And if he hurt moving like that, then we probably need to sit him for 2 years. Yeah. Because I want to see that fool at 120%.
Right.
Because there'd be no way we would lose a game if he moving like that still hurt. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel exactly what you're saying.
Second, it sounds like everybody's back on the Mike McCarthy train, and I've been saying since off season we letting go of the wrong. We trying to let go of the wrong man. 3 straight seasons, 12-5. 1 bad season. What was the bad season?
Are you talking about the front end or the back end? Okay. I get you. Keep going.
You feel what I'm saying? Andy Dalton was quarterbacking for us because Dak Prescott ankle bone was sticking through the skin of his leg out of his joint.
Right.
So I'm not going to say I never thought Mike McCarthy should go. I always thought we got to put some of this shit on the players.
Right.
Like, are we mad? Are we really going to sit here and ask? I heard another caller say something about penalties and can you coach penalties? Law, what position did you play in high school?
Safety.
Okay, sometimes you probably had to line up at corner, right or wrong?
Right.
Do I have to tell you, Law, don't line up above the ball? Or is that something that you knew in high school?
That's something you knew in high school, yeah.
Something you knew in high school, right?
Right.
On punt return. Everybody knows we've been running punt return since middle school.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Everybody and their mama know. If the ball goes past the line of scrimmage, it's a live ball. Do I need to tell you that? Or is that something that you should just bring to the game? And do you think Mike McCarthy, being an NFL head coach, did not go over that?
I think that Mike McCarthy, he went over a lot of things, but the enabler spirit, though, you know, when you make a mistake, you're supposed to be frightened. You're supposed to be scared out of your own wits, just like what happened with the Amani Oruwariye, you know. Those are things that we learn in middle school and high school. Like, hey, if it's a block punt or it's a block field goal, don't touch it. It's live. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it goes beyond the LOS. So those are it's the small nuances that kill the Cowboys as far as penalties and these sorts of things that we don't see any improvement from year to year. So yeah, I get what you're going at, you know.
I get that, Law. I get that, Law. But there's only so much a coach can do. Because I'm damn sure if Mike McCarthy could strap up and go play corner, he wouldn't line up past the line of scrimmage. Or if he's seeing a live ball bouncing, he wouldn't do it. So it's not, to me, it's not the coaches. It's not the coach. It's not Mike McCarthy. I don't know about Zimmer. I'm iffy on Zimmer right now. Right. But it's not Mike. Mike delivered. Mike delivered for us. Your players got to cash. Your players got to cash. They got to take what they learned in the practice field and they got to take it into Sundays or Mondays or Thursdays.
Mike, let me ask you this though. You got kids?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I mean, but they too young to really.
That's okay.
Have really been through 4-year-old and 1-year-old.
Yeah, 4-year-old, 1-year-old. Right. Let's say they get a little. Let's say they get a little bit older, Mike, and they leave the lights on upstairs, or they leave the water running. Who's responsible for that bill?
Me.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all we all saying, bro. You get what I'm saying. You know, I'm the king of analogies over here, bro. So at the end of the day, the thing still falls on you, Mike. You know, hey, the energy company is not going to be looking for your 4-year-old and your 1-year-old. They looking for whoever's in the head charge of this particular household, and that's Mike McCarthy. And that's why we looking at this situation the way we're saying that it's been since 2020, and his team been the most penalized team in the National Football League, bro. And I get it. I understand where you're coming from with this, but we are seeing the same situation over and over again.
All right. I mean, I'm going to end with this. You know, Cooper Rush has played good enough that we should not question him as our backup anymore. My only issue with Cooper Rush being the backup for our team is that it almost kind of doesn't make Dak work harder, because Dak knows as long as Cooper Rush is here, I have no competition at the number 1 spot. And that might be my only beef with the Dallas Cowboys, because I don't think Cooper Rush is better than Dak, but I do understand how it could feel to be complacent.
Right.
And like not, you know, try to up your level because nobody's going to take your money. He literally was preseason watching Trey Lance mess up the entire last preseason game, nodding his head, pumping his fist, because he knew one thing: I'm about to get paid.
Yeah,
I love it. He knew that much, and that's my only beef with Dallas. Micah, we were supposed to be tanking for Shador if I was running the organization. You feel what I'm saying? And Micah Parsons, another guy, everybody want to talk. Hey, might have to trade. Parsons is not a piece that you trade. He will not let you lose. He will not let you lose. Even if you lose, he's going to play 120%. That's the biggest thing I took away from Micah Parsons this season, especially after watching him play yesterday or Sunday and the other week that we muffed that punt.
Yeah,
I was like,
but
we got to keep this man.
At the end of the day, bro, how many times 2.5 million can go into 60 million?
What, 18?
Yeah, that's a lot of times.
Got me
bro.
doing that.
Yeah. I'm just throwing that out there because yeah. That's how much Dak Prescott is not worried about Cooper Rush. He's getting paid $2.5 million, bro. Dak is getting $60 million. So he ain't worried about anybody in the comments. Anybody. Yeah, he ain't worried at all. So he ain't worried about anybody you bring in. He gotta get. Don't you know what guaranteed money is? Have you ever played spades and you got the big joker and the little joker? He got both of them, so he ain't worried about it. He ain't worried about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
two books off the rip.
Yeah, he got 2 books out the riff. So he's sitting there like, man, I can go make me another child. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't worried about all of that. So at the end of the day, it's fun. It's fun for Cowboy fans to say, man, Dak should be worried about this and that. But his contract speaks that he got guaranteed money. You know, and I think it's 280. I think it's literally 280 something million guaranteed. So he ain't worried about that, bro. But I appreciate you for calling in, Mike. You have a good one.
Yep. Thanks for taking the call. Go Cowboys.
Yes, go Cowboys. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. You know, I ain't counting his money. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't worried about it. He ain't worried about a thing, man. Shoot. Give me Cooper Rush check. I won't be worried about a few things over here. You know, Loud and fool around and got $2.5 million over here. Shoot, I'll be not worried about a lot of things too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What you worried about, man? You know. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Shoot. Shoot. You ain't worried about none of that stuff, bro. Good call from everybody's today, man. I was listening into this debate, and I want to know how you guys feel about this, man, because I always like to bring a little fun. It's 231 million guaranteed. Woo! Boy, 231 million. Just give me the 30 to 1. You know what I'm saying, Brandy? Just give me the 31 million. I'll be okay, you know. Jeez. Shoot, he ain't worried about nothing, you know. Oh, my God. But I always like to bring laughter to this situation. And I want to know if you guys understand that No. I'm supposed to go do this right here. Hold on. I'm going to see if I got it right here. Shout out to Travis Hunter, you know, for his ability to win the Heisman. I got Unc on crime. But before I do that, shout out to Taylor Rooks. She became the leading host for the NBA pregame show next year. She's doing her thing. And shout out to her. Love seeing the magic from her. Got a chance to meet her one time, and it was about 2-3 years ago. She's a really good, high-spirited person. So shout out to Taylor Rooks, man. Put your hands together for Taylor Rooks and all of her success there and all what she's doing for the nation and beyond. So I want to give her a round of applause. If I can find my applause button, you know, in the mix here. Hold on, y'all bear with me, find my applause button. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Taylor Rooks. We got Unc on Unc crime, though. Code violation, hero. You know what I'm saying? Naysayer. Now, this is Michael Irvin. You know, he said, I love you to life, but stop. Woo! Shades. Oh, my goodness, man. This is Unc on Unc crime right here. And I can't believe Michael Irvin didn't even do the proper protocols of reaching out to the dude and saying it like this. But watch this.
Young lady, like Adidas, when these people come around, there are going to be times you're going to have to sign he's going to have to sign footballs. He's going to have to sign helmets. He's going to have to sign jerseys. he's gonna have to he's gonna have to take pictures. You know how I know? Because when I go to sponsors, I have to sign footballs, I have to sign helmets, I have to sign photos, I have to sign jerseys. That's a part of it. He understands that. You're about to come into a situation, you're going to have more money at your disposal than you even dreamed of. And why is that? That's a part of it. And for you to say, when he's taking those, talking about how long do I have to stay here all day, you should graciously and willingly stay there a month if that's what it requires. And for you to talk about, well, the reason why I left him on and for my inbox, well, you know, he's younger than me and he cheated. You see, now you threw that man on the bus. We didn't need to know that. We did not need to know that. Why you put that man business in the street? Are you perfect? Look, I don't like the part of oversharing in a relationship because it was unnecessary. Why you and Travis got together, did you have to say he wasn't my type? That was for nobody to know.
Right.
You don't have to share everything, people. You don't. And now
Now, before I go into further details of all of this situation, this is dealing with Travis Hunter's Swee's or fiance. And she basically said her side of the story, right? That she was like, yeah, old boy dived into her inbox, but he was already with a lady and they was already involved with someone else. And she didn't want to move on with the relationship until he break up with her. But she also lamented the fact that she said that he was a cheater. You know what I'm saying? So this is what brought Shay into this mix of conversation about you don't have to tell everything to the world. But here's the thing, though. Michael, the playmaker, the Irvin, you know, my guy, Unc, you know what I'm saying? He says code violation, you know, and I'm sitting here like, come on, man. We got people in their 40s and their 50s or maybe in their 60s almost talking about a young man who probably be his first squeeze, his first pop-off, whatever it may be. He's immensely in love with her, right? So he don't give a dog what's going to happen on the other end. But you got a lot of people who's trying to look out for him and trying to guide him into a certain way. But the problem is... This is none of their business, right? But they trying to help Travis out because they know what's down the line, because they can see some red flags, dare I say. But man, this is crazy to all types of level, because now we finna have 2 Hall of Famers. Not 1, but 2 Hall of Famers. Maybe 3, because I know Prime is going to step into this. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's going to be Dia. I know it's going to be my guy, Michael Irvin. I know that it's going to be my guy right here, Uncle Sharp. You know what I'm saying? They finna go into war over some crazy mischief. You know what I'm saying? It's finna get crazy, y'all. Oh, my God.
It's none of my business, but it paints you in a bad light. Oh, he wasn't your type, but now he is my type. Well, it seems like your type might be George Washington, Ben Franklin, Ulysses S. Grant. It might be some of those types. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just you, young lady, you don't have to share. That's you and Travis' relationship. Guys, I don't know what y'all want Ocho and I to do. Ocho has met Travis once. I've met him once. He has the best mentor that he could possibly have. And that's one Prime. He has the best. Guys, we're just like you. We're on the internet. He's not going to listen to us.
Man, it's going to be crazy, man. Pat No C. Walker says, all I can say is that when an OG add the N-word to a conversation like this, oh, it's finna be some table moving. Oh, my gosh, boy. Yeah, it's finna get crazy. And the OGs, I think that what they see out of Travis is they really, really, really like that kid. They really like Travis Hunter. They see the capabilities and the possibilities of him, and they want what's best for him, collectively speaking. And I see what you say in Action Powell, that, you know, Shannon Sharp was right about this, and Irv is high about this. But, man, it's going to be some movings of some furniture around here. And a lot of these guys, man, they got to understand that sometimes, you know, that puppy love, man, we all been there before, man. We all been there before, man. We all did some crazy things where we thinking that somebody is right for us, and we go crazy way out the way, and then we refuse to see what's really going on because, hey, ain't nothing like the first squeeze. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like the first time. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like that good jug you hit that thing with, and then all of a sudden you sitting there like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God! So we all been there before.
I don't like on the internet. He's not going to listen to us. Sometimes something has to happen to you. You have to see it for yourself. Somebody can't tell you about it, Ocho. If somebody you didn't know offered you advice on finances, everybody on the chat, who y'all listening to him? If somebody that y'all didn't know tell y'all what y'all should do with y'all money, say, hey, give me your money. Listen, no, you're not. So he looks at you guys, and I'm sure he appreciates your support.
Right.
But he's not going to take your advice when it comes to his dating or who he's going to be with. I just have a problem with her sharing. I have a problem with her understanding. And Ocho, she's young. She doesn't understand what comes along with it. But I'm trying to enlighten her as somebody that's been in that space, as somebody that understands it. When you're dealing with sponsors and you're dealing with advertisers, you go into a room and their footballs and their helmets and their jerseys and their pictures, and you're taking pictures. You understand for the kind of money that they're going to be paying him. I don't really think that's an awful lot to ask. I don't. Now I could be wrong, Ocho, and some people might think, well, you know, hey, but I just don't think, ma'am, you need to have this because you were trending. Trav won the Heisman. You didn't win no award. We shouldn't have having this conversation about you. Y'all chose to be together. You're young. Travis is young. Everybody knows that first love. Man, that first one tough. Man.
Woo!
That first one, Ocho. That first
and the
one.
Best one, the best thing about it, and when it comes to that first one, you try to make it last as long as possible.
Make it last
forever.
forever.
That's the one, you know, and I'm hoping it is, and I love it. I love what they're doing. I love that for Travis. I love that for her as well. I love in general. I love it, you know. I just say the issue is if you can or understanding if you have a relationship online, it allows everybody in your personal business and everybody to have an opinion. If you can't take that and you have to, you know, come out and say, well, this is that, then you have to take it offline, you know.
Yeah.
Like
if you look here, I'm just saying, when you date publicly, that breakup's gonna be publicly. And just like you owe that goo-goo, I love this man, I love this. When you do all that publicly, guess what happens when it goes sideways? You see it when they date publicly. Now they saying this, and I didn't do that, and you didn't pick the kids up, and you was sleeping with this person, and you see, but all that play into it.
What I just told you before I started too, huh? When things were good, you know, hey.
All right, so what was the code violation, naysayer? What was the code violation? I need to know so that I can properly align myself when I'm out here, when I speak to Michael Irvin and them. What was the code violation? What was the underlining code violation? Because at the end of the day, now, Shay Sharp, he's a very private dude. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of tiptoe around the reason why he may be very private, and it may be him downstairs. Oops, I said it out loud. But you know, we may have tiptoed around these situations. But when we already seen how Chad Ochocinco done got axed just a couple of weeks ago. So what was the code violation from y'all perspectives? You know, speaking on Action Powell says, speaking on a man and his woman law. That was the code violation. Because as a podcast, as a content creator, they going to have to pick up and speak on the trending topics. You can't dodge it. They can't say, man, well, since we doing this podcast and that's the trending topics, we ain't going to talk about that. Because they had to bring it up because they were saying for the simple fact at the Heisman award ceremony, she didn't stand up, man. After her man done got the award. So what he's supposed to say? He supposed to say, we gonna move on from that conversation. So at the end of the day, if you can see where you can help someone out by adding advice, then I think that's where this thing is gonna always fall in, because at the nightcap, they speak on any and every topic that's possible. They don't speak on just a few topics. They speak on everything. And Lonnie says if they make everything public, of course, we going to speak on it. Yeah. That's why Shay Sharp said what he said is public. Yeah. So, when you speak on, So we don't want to have people speaking on other people's relationship. But as a content creator, you got to create some content. You're going to have to create some views. And Michael Irvin, this is not going to end well when I'm quite sure that Irvin got access to Shay Sharp or Ocho Cinco, and he could have just texted him or he could have just called him. So 2 wrongs don't make it right? So that's just how it goes, man. Unfortunately, I'm with the belief, and this is just my opinion, Travis Hunter is a phenomenal player. They say he don't drink, he don't smoke, he's young, he play both ways, play offense and defense. He's going to be a top 5 or if not top 3 pick in the National Football League in the next following months. He's phenomenal, right? So when you look at everything and you digest what he's able to do, we shouldn't even be speaking of his lady. But how circumstances are and how she made it and how the media made it by taking clips on her interactions, put it like this, not everybody's lying. Now, we can give like 1 or 2 incidents, but it's a pattern when you seeing multitudes of the same incidents of on the biggest and the brightest stage, she's angry and upset about security guard not letting her in. On another stage, whereas it's the Heisman Trophy award ceremony and you're not standing up, and I get it, I get her explanation, but there are small things that she's doing that she's putting out there, and now she's trying to put out there that, hey, these are the reason why, and blasting him by saying that he's a cheater and stuff like that. That comes with the territory. Nobody would knew that if she didn't say that, right? So now you're getting you're getting all what's coming back to you, and it's coming back in multiples of returns. Hopefully, in the words of my guy Vach Lombardi, gunned under the seat guy, you know what I'm saying? That's not Travis Hunter. But we've seen stupid and crazy reasons why draft statuses can drop, And I'm not saying that Travis Hunter draft status can drop. But let's say if something like that were to happen, and let's say we got the 13th pick or something like that, and Travis Hunter's still there on the board, would you guys, dare I say, draft a Travis Hunter? This would be a match made in heaven for the Dallas Cowboys, because this is what we do. Yeah, the fame, freedom of speech is not permission to speak law. Yeah. But yeah, puppy love is a real thing, though. Uncle Dion, quiet as F in the background. Yeah. Travis may be the number 1 pick in the draft. Yeah, he may be. Ain't no way, Law. He's gone. Well, I seen crazier things, because there was a lot of people who said that there's no way that CeeDee Lamb dropped to the 17th spot. There was a lot of people saying that CeeDee Lamb, ain't no way, man. Y'all out y'all cotton picking mine. Ain't no way. Put it like this. As a receiver only, is Travis Hunter better than CeeDee Lamb? As a receiver only, is he better than CeeDee Lamb? Put that in the chat. Is he a better receiver than CeeDee Lamb as a receiver only? And as a DB only, is he a better DB than, let's say, here Trevon Diggs as a DB only? Or are you guys looking at it from the fact that he did what he did, that he is by far the best DB to come out of college in the last 15 years, or he's the best wide receiver to come out of college in the last 15 years? No. See, you got to play the two. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to have people with multi-talent. Sometimes it's good to have people that can do a little receiver here, a little DB there. But give me somebody that's good at one thing. I don't like the person that's good at all of these things. Give me that person that's good at one. What is your profession? That's what I want to know. Hunter, what is your profession?
Spartans, what is your profession?
What is your profession? Because that's going to be nightmarish. You think you can get away with playing 70 to 80 snaps in college? But pros, man, these boys, this is all they do, And at 6'1", 185 pounds, he's gonna need a sandwich. He's gonna need some peanut butter. He's gonna need to gain some more weight, and he's gonna have to really step it up and stand tall. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. No CD is better just from Brandy. Yeah, who was drafted before CD? It was Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs, right? Those two guys were drafted before CeeDee Lamb in that year, if I'm not mistaken. It was somebody else, but I'm thinking that he was the third wide receiver taken off the board, if I'm not mistaken. He haven't made the NFL yet. Yeah. But we'll find out, man. All right, so moving on a little bit further on down to this conversation. I appreciate y'all. Law, what if he doesn't transition to playing out to be what he was in college? Would that narrative change? Young star. Yeah. I don't know, man. I do like his skill set, but I just don't know. Simping. Yeah. Jay Jettas and Rager. So Jay Jetta was drafted after CeeDee Lamb, though, right? And Jalen Rager after CeeDee Lamb, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Justin Jefferson was drafted after. Yeah. I think the Eagles, did the Eagles drafted Jalen Rager over Justin Jefferson, if I'm not mistaken? I don't know. But Lord, I can only imagine if they didn't. Claypool or what have you. But Lions has the number 1 pick in the draft right now. Travis Hunter could go there if New York doesn't draft a quarterback. Justin Jefferson was drafted before CD in the same draft. Was he? I don't think he was. Let me pull this up. What year that draft was? 2020? Let me pull it up. NFL 2020 draft. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me see. He ain't giving me, okay. I could be wrong. It was 2020, right? Let me go and pull it up. Let me see. All right. Burrows, Chase Young, Jeff Okudah, Andre Thomas, Tua, Justin Herb, Derek Brown, Isaiah Simmons, C.J. Jadarick, Henry Ruggs with the 12th pick, Tristan Wirfs, Javon Kinlaw, Jerry Jeudy with the 15th pick, A.J. Terrell. The 17th pick was CeeDee Lamb, Austin Jackson. So, yeah. So the Philadelphia Eagles, boy, as good as they are now, boy, oh, Lord, boy, they drafted Jalen Rager before Justin Jefferson. Oh, my God, that's crazy. All right, so, Kenneth Murray, Patrick Queen, yeah. Yeah. So I stood correctly, It's crazy. Shout out to Ruggs, Judy, CD, Regger, then JJ. Yeah. So woo. But let's go here, man. I want to be able to bring a little laughter to the table, man, before we go. Do y'all consider this a yellow cake or a chocolate cake debate?
In my home. It's not a debate. It's a fucking debate. It's a motherfucking debate. It's a debate about chocolate cake, about yellow cake. It's a yellow fucking cake. It's a yellow cake. It's a yellow cake. Bro, okay. So we're having a debate in our home about yellow cake and chocolate icing. Everybody is saying that it's chocolate cake instead of your yellow cake with chocolate icing. It is not a chocolate cake. If I bring to a party a yellow cake and a chocolate icing, y'all gonna expect a chocolate cake. A chocolate cake. It's not a chocolate cake. It's a yellow cake with chocolate icing. That's a chocolate cake. That is not a chocolate cake. A chocolate cake, it consists of cocoa. It consists of cocoa. That is a chocolate cake. That is yellow cake with chocolate icing. There is no chocolate cake. Just like somebody says, oh, I want a fudge cake. If there's fudge, then that's a fudge. That's fudge cake. Then that's fudge. There's no yellow cake. That's not a yellow cake cake. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anybody says, oh, I would love a strawberry cake. It's just strawberry icing. That's not true because maybe I want vanilla icing. Maybe I want vanilla icing. So then I'll say I want a strawberry cake with vanilla icing. I want strawberry cake with lemon icing. We have had strawberry cake with lemon icing. No, it is not. We're having a debate in my home. It's not a debate. It's a fucking debate. It's a motherfucking debate. It's a debate about chocolate cake, about yellow cake. It's a yellow fucking cake. It's a yellow cake.
With all bullshit aside, is it a chocolate cake or is it a yellow cake? You know what I'm saying? Now, I can see both arguments, man. You know what I'm saying? I can see both sides. But ain't nothing more depressing than for you to see the chocolate out coverings of a cake and you slice it and it's yellow inside. You know what I'm saying? So, is it a yellow cake with chocolate icing or is it a chocolate cake? Because you think when you cut into that chocolate cake, you wanted to see chocolate. Shit. All right, so which one is it, y'all? I need for y'all to help me out, man, because I want to pick a side, but man, I'm struggling, dog. I'm going through something right now. What cake is it, y'all? Yeah, it's a chocolate cake with yellow insides. It's a cake yellow with chocolate. Then it's a yellow cake, okay. It's a yellow flavor, It's a yellow cake. Hey, it's a yellow cake, just chocolate covering, you know what I'm saying? So hold on, let me see if I can get back to it.
It's a yellow cake. Bro, okay. So we're having a debate in our home about yellow cake and chocolate icing. Everybody is saying that it's chocolate cake instead of your yellow cake with chocolate icing. It is not a chocolate cake. If I bring to a party a yellow cake and chocolate icing, y'all gonna expect chocolate cake. It's not a chocolate cake. It's a yellow cake with chocolate icing. That's a chocolate cake. That is not a chocolate cake. A chocolate cake, it consists of cocoa. It consists of cocoa. That is a chocolate cake. That is yellow cake with chocolate icing. There is no chocolate cake. Just like somebody says, oh, I want a fudge cake. If there's fudge, then that's a fudge. That's fudge cake. Then that's fudge. There's no yellow cake. That's not a yellow cake cake. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anybody somebody says, oh, I would love a strawberry cake. It's just strawberry icing.
The cake part is yellow. Yeah. Watch how you go for sure.
In my home.
One more time.
It's a fucking debate. It's a motherfucking debate. It's a debate about chocolate cake, about jello cake. It's
Oh my God, man. It's called chocolate, man. Tell them, sis. All right, man. I just stole enough of y'all time, and I believe that I'm better than what I was a couple of hours ago just by even talking to y'all. Y'all revived me, and I've been down, I've been out, but I'm here and I'm back. Hopefully by tomorrow, I'll be at 92%. But even down right now, we're making it. Y'all debate whether or not it's a chocolate cake or yellow cake. But I know if y'all slice Law Nation, I know if y'all slice J Business or Hallelujah, Dramatic, Brandy, regardless of the color on the outside, what y'all gonna see in the inside is not yellow. You're not gonna see red. You're not going to see gray. You're not going to see any other color but silver and blue. And then we gonna throw them hands, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's inside of us. The Dallas Cowboys, we bleed silver and blue. And we're going to forever be on the forefront. Win, lose, or draw. And as broken and as stupid as I was, laid out like Family Guy with the inability to move, with the impossibility to open my eyes because they hurt, sensitive to light, not able to move at all. I know that I'm going to still deliver y'all nothing but the best. And if I was to perish and they had to put me inside the ground 6 feet deep, just make sure that there was a star above my tombstone. If not, I'll come back and honor everybody who buried me without the star, because that's where we are at, baby. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Mama said times gonna be rough. They're gonna be tough. But stand tall, son, or not at all. Yes, indeed. So I know many of y'all are just like me. Y'all gonna bleed that silver and blue. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time. Oh yeah, your time. In your peace and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither the cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty, you will get it, baby. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. And the words of prime time for your mind.
Give me my theme music.
I'm about, baby. And remember, people will do what they want to do. People will do what they want to do. They say, I'll roll with you, Lord. But the whole time, just be mindful they'll shank you in the back with the butter knife. You know what I'm saying? Don't shank me with the butter knife, baby. Let's get it. Come on with it. Lately, I just want to run it up, baby.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just want to run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just want to run it up. Count that too, count it up. Yeah. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just want to run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside.
Come on with it.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll
That's
my
okay.
change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game.
No support today, but that's okay. I appreciate y'all still. Hit that like button, share this content.
I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, now switching sides. Now
Sharing is caring.
You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
Come on.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.